Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture I'm going to tell you about scholar's mate, which is a very common mating pattern among beginners. Beginners and amateurs fall for this mating pattern, and it's always good to know this so that you can avoid getting into a mating net like this. So the game starts with e4, e5, bishop c4. White develops the bishop before his knights, which is a violation of the opening principles. Always develop knights before the bishops. But there are openings like bishop's opening, which is this opening where you develop the bishop before the knight. Bishop c4. Now it is threatening the f7 square. In chess, usually the f7 and f2 squares are weak. Or weak pawns, because it is only supported by the king. No other piece is supporting those pawns or those squares. So it is a weak square, and this bishop is targeting that particular square. Black plays knight c6. Better is knight f6 here, but black plays knight c6. Queen h5, and now threatening the scholar's mate here. Queen takes f7. Knight f6. If this is a blunder, if an amateur plays knight f6 to drive away this queen, then queen f7 is checkmate. I'll show you once more. e4, e5, bishop c4, knight c6, queen h5, knight f6, queen f7, checkmate. So how to avoid this scholar's mate is very simple. If queen h5, play g6, drive over the queen f3, knight f6, preventing this queen takes f7 checkmate. Some black plays something like knight c3, bishop g7, and d3, castle, knight e2 with a normal game, and black is shade better because this queen is misplaced on f3, and it can be attacked with the moves like d6 and bishop g4. So that is about scholar's mate. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next video.
Hi everyone, my name is Sumit. In this video, I'm going to tell you about a trap in Damiano Defense. This is a very interesting trap, and if you are a beginner or a hobby chess player, or if you have started your chess journey, this is a trap that you should study and understand. So without further ado, let's get started. E4 by white, E5, a standard response, knight F3. Now black plays F6. This is an anti-positional move because the usual replies are knight C6 or knight F6, which is a Petrov's defense, or again black can play D6 as well. But F6 is an anti-positional move. Why? Because you are moving a pawn in front of the king, and you're weakening the squares in front of the king with this move. So how to take advantage of this anti-positional move by white? It's called the Damiano defense. So the popularity of this move is this one simultaneous game where Bobby Fischer played against an unknown player, and he played F6 and gained a draw against Bobby. So here, white should play knight takes e5. Yes, this is the repetition of the Damiano defense, knight takes e5. Now, if queen e7, just attacking the knight without taking the pawn, hoping to win back the e4 pawn, doesn't work much because after knight f3, queen e4, bishop e2, bishop e7, castle, white has got leading development, knight c3 is coming, rook e1 is coming, and there's a big pressure against the black king, and it will take a couple of moves to develop this knight as well, because the natural square of the knight is occupied by the pawn. But let us look at what will happen after f takes e5. Queen h5 check, the obvious move. g6 is not possible because after queen takes e5, you are giving a check at the same time, threatening to capture the rook here. So this is a double attack and the rook will be lost. So g6 is not possible. So king e7 is the only move. After queen takes e5, king f7 is the only move. Bishop c4 check. Now what? After king g6, queen f5 check, king h6, d4 check to play g5. Now h4, a good move because this rook is also coming into action. So after bishop e7, h takes g5, double check with the pawn and the rook. The king has to move to g7 and queen f7 is check. So this is a very interesting trap, and every beginner should know this trap because the chances are you might get this in a serious game. When I started my chess journey, this occurred in a game, in a tournament game, and I was able to win this without much effort because I knew this variation very well. Now d5. The idea of d5 is that now the bishop is controlling the f5 square and there is no check you can give with a queen. So bishop takes d5, king g6, h4, threatening h5. So black plays h6. Now you can pause the video and try to find the repetition of d5. I'll give you a couple of seconds. So if you found bishop takes b7, you are a good player because this is a deflection sacrifice after bishop takes b7, otherwise the rook is lost. White plays queen f5, checkmate. So this is the Damiano defense for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please go through the moves once again and try to understand this trap. The chances are you might encounter this trap in a serious game. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. And, please like the video and share this video with your friends. And until next time, I'll come up with a new video. Stay safe and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, my name is Sumit. I'm a digital chess coach. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about a trap which is very basic in 1e4 opening, and it is played by beginners and novices. And there is a reputation for this trap if white try to be over smart or try to create something out of nothing. So without further ado, let's get started. The game starts with 1e4, e5 by white. Now, most of the beginners try to checkmate by playing the scholar's mate. So there are many variations to the scholar's mate. They would play bishop c4 first, knight c6, and queen f3. And if black is not careful, they play something like d6, queen f7 is checkmate. So this is scholar's mate, but I'm going to show you another variation of scholar's mate, which is the queen thrust in the initial phase. This is also played by beginners. Queen h5. The idea is to capture this e5 pawn with the queen. If knight f6, queen takes e5 and pawn is lost. So here, knight c6 by black, which is a good move, protecting this pawn. Now white tries scholar's mate here, bishop c4. So if black is not careful, then the queen and bishop battery would checkmate black. If black is not careful and plays knight f6, queen f7 is checkmate. But the refutation is g6, queen f3, again threatening the same checkmate here, knight f6. And now, if black is not careful and white tries to attack the f7 point by using the queen and bishop battery like this, by playing queen b3. Now the queen and bishop is eyeing on the f7, the weak f7 square. So what to do now? Black has a beautiful reputation for this queen maneuver. In the opening, it is not advisable to play the queen early in the game, which can come into attack. So always try to open your pieces, especially the knights and bishops first, and then try to castle, and then only bring the queen in, where it could occupy squares that can control the game, especially the central squares or some flank squares. But here the queen is developed much early, and also it made three moves. It went to h5, then back to f3, and now it has gone to b3. So white wasted three moves by playing his queen to different squares. So how to refute this ambitious play by white? If you look at black's position, two of his knights are developed, and king is relatively safe. So the refutation is knight d4, attacking the queen. Now bishop takes f7 is not possible because of king e7, and if white plays something like queen c4, then b5 is very strong. And after queen c5 check, d6, queen c3, this bishop is lost. So that is not possible. So here, so taking this f7 pawn is not possible after knight d4. So queen c3 is played. Again, white played a fourth queen move in this position. So the refutation is d5, opening up lines for this bishop and this bishop to come out. So after bishop takes d5, knight takes d5, pawn takes d5, black plays bishop f5, threatening to capture this pawn with a knight and with a check. And this rook is in place. So white defends this threat by playing d3. Now I'll give you 2 seconds. Just pause this video and try to find the refutation. Your time starts now. So if you found this move, you're a great player. You understand the tactics, and you are a tactically sound player. The refutation is bishop b4. Boom. Look at this. The queen is pinned, and you have to capture this bishop with the queen. So white captures, queen takes bishop, and now this fork, knight takes c2 check, and the queen is lost. So this is what happens when you are over-ambitious and you develop your queen before you develop your pieces, and you end up in the situation where you lose your queen. So always try to improve your pieces, bring in your knights first, then develop your bishops, castle, and then only bring in the queen into the game. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please like this video and subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon so that you will get notified of my future videos, which I'll be producing regularly. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye. Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss a very famous trap in the developers called the fishing pole trap. As the name suggests, black is trying to fish white into opening up his H file and remove his defender so that he can checkmate the white pieces with ease. This occurs in two different variations in developers. One is the Berlin defense, and second is the exchange variation of the developers. We'll discuss both these variations, but the idea is similar. So without further ado, let's start. White opens with one e4, e5 by black, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, the developers variation, knight f6, the Berlin defense. So first we'll look at the fishing pole trap in the Berlin defense. white castles. These are all normal. And now black violates an opening principle and plays knight g4. So in openings, you should not move your pieces twice before you develop your other pieces. But here, black is trying to fish white by playing some inferior moves and trying to rip open the edge file and to checkmate white. Let's see if white falls for that trick. White plays h3 to drive away the knight. h5, this is the fishing pole move. And if white accepts this sacrifice by black, he is going to be in deep, deep trouble. Let's see. White accepts here, h takes g4, h takes d4. Now the knight is attacked. Knight has to move. If knight moves, say knight e1, queen h4, with the open h file, the mate is inevitable. You cannot stop the checkmate. Even if you play f3, g3, and position is completely locked, and the next move, black will deliver a checkmate. So this is a fishing pole trap in the Berlin defense. Now let's see the fishing pole trap in another variation of Universe, the exchange variation. The idea is similar, but the sacrificing piece is different here. So let's see. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, the normal moves. Bishop b5, the ruler pass. a6, the Morphy defense. And now bishop takes c6, the exchange variation, a favorite of Bobby Fischer. d6, c6, white castles, and black plays bishop g4. So the white knight is pinned now, and to remove the pin, white plays h3 here, and again the fishing pole move h5. After takes, knight takes e5, queen h4, the mate is inevitable. Let's see, even if you capture on g4, you cannot stop the mate on h1. You can try f3, but again after g3, you can't do anything about it. So it's a trap worth remembering. It can occur in two different variations of Rilappas. The refutation of this trap is not to take the sacrifice piece, but rather concentrate on development. I hope you enjoyed this trap, and we're coming up with more traps. If you like this trap and if you like my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please like this video and share it maximum. And please click on the bell icon so that you get notified of my future videos. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye and have a nice day. Hi everyone, my name is Sumit. I'm a digital chess coach. In this video, I'm going to show you a trap in the Italian game called the Blackbourne-Shilling Trap. And how this trap got this name is very interesting. This trap was invented in the 19th century, and Joseph Henry Blackburn, who is a legendary player from England, used to play this trap with the visitors of a chess cafe and used to win 1 shilling per game for winning the game. So that is how the trap got its name. And also this trap introduces a very interesting concept called smothered mate. If you're an intermediate player or a novice starting with chess, a smothered mate is a checkmate delivered by the knight, in which the opponent's king is surrounded by its own pieces. It's a very interesting concept, and I'm sure you're going to love this idea and also the trap. So without further ado, let's get started. So white opens with 1 e4 and black responds with e5. The open game is in action. Knight f3, knight c6, normal moves, bishop c4, and this is the Italian game. Now here the normal moves are bishop to c5, or which is the Coico bishop to c5, or knight to f6, which is the two knights game, or g6 or d6 can be played in this position. But in this particular trap, black plays a dubious move, knight to d4, which violates the opening principle that one should not move the same piece twice in the open. So black here sets up a very cunning trap. He offers his e5 pawn for the knight to capture. If knight takes d4, uh, white gets a advantage in a very normal game. Keres actually realized this position. Not only Keres, there are many grandmasters who realized this position, and they agreed that after castling by white or capturing the knight gives white a good game. But if white captures the e5 pawn, then he loses material by force, and which is the concept of this trap. After knight takes e5, queen g5, threatening to capture the e5 knight and also the g2 pawn. Now black can win material by uh, capturing on f7, forking the queen and the rook, and here black captures g2, threatening to capture the h1 rook. So white defends it by playing rook f1, and black captures the e4 pawn and gives a check. And the only way to defend this check is by playing bishop e2. And look at this position where the king is trapped and all the pieces are surrounded. His own pieces are surrounding him. And now the knight jumps in and delivers the smothered checkmate. Knight f3 is a checkmate, and the king cannot move because all the squares are or occupied by his own pieces. So this is the concept of smothered mate. The king is smothered. A lone knight delivers a checkmate, and there are many such concepts, smothered mate concepts, which I will cover in another video. I hope you enjoyed this concept and this video. And if you encounter the knight to d4, uh, knight to e5 is the blunder. So here, knight takes d4 is the best move. He takes d4, and now even c3 or castling gives white a good game. So that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video with your friends and colleagues, and also click on the bell icon to get more such videos in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.